Well, like it or not, social media is a major part of life these days, especially for the younger generation. But for students and athletes that are looking to maybe move on to the next level of their lives, their social media presence can be a major problem for their future. Here to tell us how to be mindful online is Community Outreach Director David Gallman from the Suncoast School for Innovative Studies. All right, David, this is a topic that is near and dear to my heart because I've given up on my future, the amount that I've posted online. They have to embrace it all. But this is really, this is an issue. So I think I know how much kids are online, but you actually have some numbers. So how much are they on?
Well, we looked at the numbers. I mean, these kids anywhere between a little under 2 hours, 1.7 hours to 4 hours a day, which could lead up to about 27 hours a week that they're online.
Wow.
I mean, that's a part-time job for most people. So a lot of these kids are on the social media a lot more than expected, and sometimes it's just become, you know, I look at it like people that smoke, it's almost a habit. They're always picking up a cigarette. It's like these kids are always picking up their cell phone. No matter what they're doing, it just becomes a habit. So we've noticed in the school system that it's really becoming a distraction to them, you know, whether it's in the athletic field or whether it's in the classroom.
And you see them, I mean, you get them for a major chunk of the day, 8 hours or more. What negative effects do you see this has to always have the phone?
Well, I mean, it's obvious. If you're on it, almost 4 hours a day, 30 hours a week, I mean, you're thinking, how much time are you dedicating to your homework, your schoolwork? Grades are slipping, those such things. So it's really tough to get the attention, keep the attention of these kids because they're always on social media. And they're looking for validation or whatever it is that they're doing. It's just become life for them.
Yes. Yeah.
So we know it's an issue, but what about athletes? I know that, if athletes, there have been some stories in the news of athletes who had scholarships and then they look back on their social media. What happens?
Well, I've been blessed enough to coach some great athletes in the area. I work with some college teams, working a little bit in the NBA with the Magic, and I've seen firsthand that athletes have lost scholarships off of things that they tweeted, whether it's been political things. We had the Donald Trump election this year with Hillary Clinton, things that have gone that, race, all kinds of stuff. So you see a lot of athletes that are putting things out there, smoking, drinking, vulgarity.
Or draft pick. Remember that guy who put on like a bong mask or something like that?
Yeah. I mean, he lost millions of dollars. I mean, so one of the things that has always stuck with me, and one thing that I teach my kids, is don't let a 140-character tweet cost you $140,000.
Wow.
I mean, so when you put it in perspective as far as a scholarship, ask anybody that has student loan debt.
Oh, right.
How important it is to get a free education. And I think these kids have to understand that perception is reality. A lot of these people do not know you, so they are looking at your social media as a representation of who you are as a person. So as an athletic coach, a college coach, an athletic director, I mean, even your bosses, you post something online, you're not just a representation of yourself, you're a representation of your mother, your father, your family, brothers and sisters, and more importantly, the person that is actually giving you money and investing in you as a person and your character. So when you're out there posting these things, it can really do damage to what you're trying to build.
Well,
as a brand.
what are you telling the kids in the schools? Because we acknowledge it's an issue, but you're the one that's in front of them. I know you have some tips that you give to the kids.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest thing is always think before you tweet. I mean, I always tell think before you tweet. Proofread what you say. A lot of times when you're putting things out there, you don't want to sound uneducated. And again, the bad thing is, once it's out there,
in the country, I wish you could give that advice to.
Once it's out there. And then they also have to understand too, it's social media is a news network. These kids are naive in the fact that they think whether they have 100 friends or 1,000 friends that what they put out there is specifically given to just the people that follow them. It's a news network. It's national news. So anytime that you're looking to be successful in life, number one, someone's always looking to drag you down. So they will go back and find something that you have posted to use it against you. But again, like I said, you just don't look for validation in what you're doing in life. Too many kids are doing that. Enjoy your life. A little bit less social media.
Are they being receptive?
They're being very, I'm very forceful when I let them know that.
Come to my house.
But again, like I said,
stay here.
It's just like I said,
Tell
it's just
Joey.
making sure that perception is reality and try to keep it clean.
These are great tips, David. Thank you, and I'm happy to see that someone's addressing it right in the schools. If you would like more information, that's true. So Michael, if you would like more information, you can actually
we're doing
see
it with actors. We now have our rehearsals, our 4-hour rehearsal periods. No phones, no using the internet at all.
Perfect. We're going to talk about that when we come back from break. But if you would like more information, go to suncoastschool.org.
So
next we come back, Michael's going to talk, and we're going to see if we can get to commercial.
Yeah.